Hello guys and welcome to another list from Oscar Cooper. This is the definitive 15 couch co-op and 2-player games for the PlayStation 4. I've been thinking about this for a long time. Enjoy. Okay, let's start with Awesome Noughts Assemble. This is a bumper edition game available on the PlayStation Network. It's a side-scrolling MOBA with a wealth of characters to choose from. The game allows you to play co-op with a friend, split screen or 3-player against the AI or online on a sort of side-scrolling strategic map setup. You drop in as your chosen character. You can't change this during the game. You can see a very small map here showing where you need to go and what turrets you need to take out. It's all about flowing over towards the enemy base. There's loads of perks here, a bit like Diablo. You've got key buttons responding to key perks that you can actually generate money for and upgrade and gradually become more sort of formidable as the game progresses. I love this game. I love the art design. I love the characters, the voices. It's very hectic. It's a pretty awesome game and it's got quite a cool amount of content for one player. Yes, The Binding of Isaac is a co-op game. You can actually pull in a friend as a smaller version of Isaac with only one heart. This game is a roguelike, random generated maps. What it really sort of plays on is perks and being able to stack them up, finding secret things. There's so many random, different, amazing weapons in this game to choose from. No playthrough of Binding of Isaac is ever the same, and there's also a cool idea of the additional character being able to pass over things, rocks, etc. It is a fantastic roguelike, a real flagship title for the genre. Yes, it's our first split-screen game in the form of Plants vs Zombies 2 Garden Warfare, and this is a great third-person shooter game that has a number of different modes in it, one of which is a horde mode, but you can also go online with a friend and actually play competitively in skirmish and capture the flag matches, etc. A little bit like Overwatch, this game has loads of different characters to choose from, loads of different skins to unlock and create, and I love that idea of being able to earn credits within the game, spend them on making your character looking loads cooler. The horde mode is where I find myself the most. Waves come at you, special randomly generated bosses come at you. There's some really cool character combinations, special moves going on here, and it looks great, really friendly, really vibrant. A lot of fun, this game. Yes, now it's time for Don't Starve Together. So this is a co-op version of the original game with all the content included. Now, Don't Starve is a game I gave a wide berth because I was like, this does not look like any fun at all. But it's actually very deep, very craft-worthy. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot to uncover. The basic premise of the game is that you're dropped into, again, a randomly generated map, and you're looking for various elements within this world to assemble things, be it an axe, be it a fire, be it tools, be it weapons to take on the enemies. And you can do this all with a friend, all on a great horizontal split screen. The crux is that night comes, you need to make sure you have light because monsters are out there in the darkness, and this works really well. There's all kinds of huge secrets in this game, looking for different types of enemies, caves, amazing really with its depth. It's almost like the perfect rabbit hole game where you make something that leads on to something else, and before you know it, 2 or 3 hours have gone past. With its Tim Burton-esque art style and its amazing amount of content, both in single player and 2-player, this is a game you can't ignore if you're really into cool couch co-op. Yes, it's time for Broforce, a game that's got a special place in my heart. Not only is this an awesome 4-player couch co-op game, but it's a very tight platforming game with some hilarious 8-bit gore and some brilliant nods to the Hollywood greats. There's nothing better than sitting down online or offline and chomping through some levels on this game. There's so much satisfaction in it, and it really is a genre that I miss. The level of distraction in this game is unrivaled really when it comes to a side-scrolling platformer, and I think that's the key to its excellence, is that if you're a different character you can affect the environments differently, and you can also work in cahoots with your partner or friend to sort of really increase the amount of anarchy on screen. And I think that's one of the key elements here, because there's so many different characters and because they have so many different styles, things are never the same. Yes, it's time for a game from one of my favourite indie developers, Housemarque. It's time for the impeccable Ex Machina.
Disruptor detected.
There's thoroughbred heritage here with this game. It's a twin-stick, hectic as hell, amazing arcade-based shooter, and it works so brilliantly with couch co-op. Housemarque are legends in this area. You should know these guys' previous titles, and this one does not fail to deliver.
Laser. Triple dash. Weapon spread.
Next Machina's colours, gameplay, soundtrack, hectic, fast-paced environments give this so much depth. It's got a brilliant idea of random drops when it comes to weapon types, and it's got a lot of nods to the previous titles. The graphics are beautiful, it never misses a beat in regards to speed. It's a brilliant game, a must-own for any decent couch co-opper. Sticking with the twin-stick shooter theme, it's a delectable end to the Gungeon, a game you probably know about. It works very, very well as a couch co-op game, not available online in co-op, but this has got a lot of depth here. The theme is loads of different unlockable guns and perks. Again, these all stack up, etc. It's a very, very strong roguelike for the genre. There's a number of different nods here to games like Zelda. I love the randomly generated maps, the fact that you can teleport around, the fact that there's keys and chests and huge amounts of unlockables. Yes, it's time for Ubisoft's Trackmania Turbo, and we all love a cool arcade racing game with a great split screen option and loads of tracks, and wow, we've got it here. As the name suggests, this game is all about the tracks. There's an amazing track editor in it. The tracks do not stick to any mundane format. There's hundreds of them. It's awesome. There's loads of online leaderboards. Races with your friends are very quick. You can set them all up. Loads of variables, tournaments, etc. What a lot of fun. A good split-screen racer, especially like a cool arcade one with loads of different modes, are a bit of a rarity at the moment in the modern gaming genre. If you're a fan of it, like I was back in the day, get this. It really, really is amazing. Yes, it's Salt and Sanctuary, a game that is available in full co-op mode, and it's a Dark Souls side-scrolling tribute. There's guts and gore everywhere in this game, and it is a huge amount of fun with a friend. The levels are large, expansive, almost free roaming. There's loads of loot and armor and different unlockables. It's just the same as Dark Souls, where you have your fire, where you sit down, where you level up, and of course it's salt. It's the equivalent Souls currency in this game. The enemies are varied, the bosses are awesome. Look at the color palettes here. It's really dark, foreboding, and it gets really difficult. There's different classes, working with your friend, helping them, supporting them, attacking stuff for them is just amazing. You think I forget about Rocket League, one of the best remote-controlled car football games on the market? The only one on the market, but in all seriousness, it is a giant in the industry. It smashes its competitors because it's such an innovative idea. The game allows you and your couch co-op buddy not only to be able to play split screen, but to train up with AI at adjusted levels and then take your team online. You can also have AI buddies on your team. There's loads of content. It's colourful. The split screen works so well. There's no frame rate loss, nothing. And Kerry, yes, there's now Rick and Morty unlockables. Yes, now it's time for the mammoth that is Helldivers. Just to be clear, this game is called Helldivers. Its brutal, unforgiving difficulty really keeps bringing me back. The game has a friendly fire mode in it which can't be turned off, meaning that you really have to think about things before you start pulling that trigger. The aliens, the cyborgs, the future robots, everything is a homage to the sci-fi genre and what a shooter should all be about. It's gritty, it's dangerous, it's gory, it's amazing. So it's time for Housemarque's second addition to this list in the form of Alienation. Now this game was actually free last month on the PlayStation Network and it is an absolute stunner. It only just pipped Helldivers because of its amazing visuals, that genius heritage that Housemarque have got with making great arcade games. Its speed, its flow is amazing. But there's an area that I think it does better, and it's the loot system. It's got an extremely innovative loot system which revolves around rare and random drops that allow you to break guns down, find different gun types and equipment types, find different elements and resources to blend in and put into the guns to make them better. It's all about the stats, etc. There's also an amazing skill tree for each character class. This game is top notch. Okay, so we're at number 3. So this is my top 3 coming up now. So things are getting quite serious. Now, Wipeouts are a very new addition to this list, and this game does co-op split screen gameplay so good it almost hurts. If you aren't aware of this game, it's Wipeout the Omega Collection, and what that is 2048 and the Fury expansion packs bundled into one single disc, and this is really the promised land for how this game should look. It came out on the PlayStation 1 a long time ago, and now we have these amazing graphics with 60 frames per second. Everything looks beautiful, nothing is sacrificed with this split screen. You've got the horizontal options and you've got the addition of AI with the 2 players. The Fury mode is also a refreshing change to the 2048, narrower tracks, less drops, it's more about the racing, and the ships and the cars, everything's different, even the HUD and the menus, it's got so much to give this game, and again, as a one-player purchase, it's also well worth your time. What a stunning piece of software. Yes, number 2 on this list is Blizzard's Diablo 3, and what a gift for us PlayStation 4 owners to have this in 4-player couch co-op.
Not yet.
If you're not aware of Blizzard or Diablo's heritage, basically this is a game in a long line of dungeon crawlers that essentially revolve around loot drops and sort of great pieces of armor, legendary swords and weapons, etc. There's also a massive difference in character class, and I think there's 6 characters at the moment. We've just had the Necromancer DLC come in, but it's a game that features exploring, killing, finding all this sort of rare stuff.
Let me show you why this room is so important. The Imperial Guards were trying to take these refugees. I did not know what to do. I am not the warrior my father was. Take whatever you want from his chest.
Getting cool and rare stuff is the crux of this game, and its loot system and menu system and sort of adjusting things and salvaging things and sort of putting rare gems into things is what this game's all about. And there's nothing better than sitting on the couch with a mate next to you, venturing through these really cool quests and dungeons, finding out different secrets, dealing with all the cool characters, and gradually opening this huge game up. There's also some awesome difficulty levels where you can make things very hard for yourself, and that also rewards you with better loot drops, etc. Number 2 on the list, Diablo 3. Just before the big reveal, I've got some honorary mentions here. Ollie needs to be acknowledged, and Ollie 2. This has got 4-player, a point scoring system, all on screen at the same time. It's kind of in the vein of a side-scrolling Tony Hawk's. An awesome game, this. Ubisoft's brilliant Child of Light. This is a PlayStation Network game also, and it has a sort of passive co-op mode where someone controls this ball of light, gives you energy, helps out in battles. It's really worth a look. This game is absolutely beautiful, amazing soundtrack. Two-player co-op is also available in Hyperlight Drifter, an amazing indie game, beautiful graphics, nod to the genres from the past. Love this game to bits. 2 people battling out on the screen at the same time in co-op, absolutely awesome. Okay guys, let's get it on, let's see what the best is.
The parcel tracking application on this Echo device indicates the rocket shall be delivered right on schedule. Vault Hunter, talk to Seymour again and he will convey your reward.
Yeah, I think you all knew it was coming, but Borderlands, the Handsome Collection, particularly that package with both of these games on one disc with all that DLC, is just a complete no-brainer for any couch co-op player. If If you don't know the series, it's a loot-based first-person shooter where you and your friend actually venture through various quests, finding rare loot and looking into these amazing guns that the game throws out. There's an algorithm which means that the 5 different gun types all have different ammunition types, and these can be different elements ranging from electricity to acid to just normal bullets, etc. Every gun has a quirk, everything's individual. It's so great discovering something new. It's so great trading with your friend, and it's got a really awesome questing system that doesn't push you around. It's got a really funny story. The characters and the writing are some of the best I've seen on the system, and it's just so good to have a true current gen Borderlands game. I just can't shout enough about how great this is. Guys, thank you so much and enjoy. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. That's it. If you want to find out more on these games, I'm going to put some links in the descriptions below. As always, see you down there.